Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have loaded onto the Rift as both teams are making their way down the lanes. This is BCal Spring Split Week 3 VSH versus CT. Let's get it on. Now, it looks like, again, pretty standard normal picks coming out. First buys though, early ward coming out from Valorant, pretty standard. Liking that deep ward considering the fact that VS do like to group up, get that early deep ward in. But Looney Tune does meet Sarathi in the river. Waffle Waffle is there to help him, getting that ward in the top death bush. Meanwhile, Shady and Be Right Back are going to spot out Planeswalker, Valorant, and Rambo. And they will be able to sweep that ward up. Early sweeper actually coming out from Waffle Waffle. Interesting. Wow! Planeswalker, mind you, excuse me. The role swap has got me all weirded out. It is going to be actually Planeswalker in the jungle. Waffle Waffle top lane. But it looks like Planeswalker is just going to start out on that Krugs, going to get that leash from Rambo Valorant. No fishy business coming out here in level 1. Zarathi is just going to make his way up to the top lane as well. While Waffle Waffle is there to wait for him. Meanwhile, CT's bot lane is going to just help their jungler out, starting Crump as well. Going to be interesting to see what this Nautilus does go for. A little bit of challenging smite, maybe chilling smite. We'll have to see. It's going to be an interesting what these junglers are going to pick up. And so begins the laning phase. Now, VS do have to get a 2-0 tonight to maintain their top of the standing lead, as VK and the White Camp are not wanting to drop a game either, as the battle for first place here at A-League is in full swing. 3 teams sitting on top of the standings have yet to drop the game. If all 3 teams manage to come out of this week unscathed, it looks like we are shaping up for having the Battle of the 3 Kings. Clutching that Valorant, actually getting quite a bit of poke on. Be Right Back doing great to auto-harass that with those Thresh-empowered autos. Meanwhile, Rock Eater trying to trade with Looney Tune. Meanwhile, Waffle Waffle is going to get chunked out. Sion just so strong, even with no damage. Meanwhile, there's a trade in. A death sentence lands onto Valorant. Spell shield will keep Don't Know safe. Exhaust being dropped on him. Heal being popped. Be Right Back falling dangerously low. Rambo wants blood as he flashes through it. First blood goes over to Rambo, and Valorant will get out alive. But maybe there it is. The gank from Shady going to make Valorant force the jungle. But Don't Know actually falls. Double kill for Rambo, and Shady is just gonna go down. Riptide comes up for the slow, but Rambo doesn't care as Marshall Pose is going to help him pick up the triple kill in the bot lane. VS Rambo absolutely going berserk here at the starting minutes of the game. A little bit of over-eagerness coming out from CT. Should have been happy with the traded summoners, but Don't Know getting a little over-eager for Valorant after that flash. Resulting in a VS's triple kill down there. Meanwhile, Planeswalker will come out for Rock Eater. He does have no shield. Gets chunked out of lane. Has to be quite careful there. Did have Shady waiting in the wings just in case he needed some help, but Looney Tune is out of mana. But Rock Eater needs to watch out as Planewalker comes in for round 2. Below strike will hit. It's not empowered though, but there it is. It's going to be ignited onto Planeswalker. Riptide is not going to hit. Hook missing as well. And interesting pink ward dropped out, considering the fact that a Planeswalker is not 6 yet. I'm impressed that CT is trying to trade out with VS. But here it is, Death Sentence from Be Right Back goes on to Valorant, gets chunked out yet again. Nice play coming out, will slow down Valorant, lots of damage coming in. A flash from Don't Know will pick up a kill, and that, just like that, CT answers with a kill of their own. Now, BF Sword already picked out from Rambo. I really like this coming out from Callista, considering the fact that she really suffers from lack of damage when people build attack speed on her. Mostly a lot of people now are favoring that Blade of the Ruin King to get some of that damage along with that attack speed to help easily farm, but a straight up sword, sorry, we'll get back to that as Planeswalker is just all over the map. Zerathi is forced to flash. Ebola Strike is going to miss. That was empowered Ebola Strike as well with all 5 stacks of Fury. But VS Rambo actually getting caught a little bit, trying to use Martial Post as fast as possible. It's going to be Death Play, and it's going to be a shutdown on Rambo. Meanwhile, in the river, they are going to catch a Planeswalker as a nice bait coming out from Rocky and Shada. He is surely going to fall. Looney Tune tries to save his jungler, but it's not going to be enough. A Shockwave doesn't do enough damage. Meanwhile, Zerathi and Waffle Waffle are trading up, considering they were trying to come to their team's rescue. But just like that, CT showing some life in them as they catch VS with their pants down. That was an amazing bait in the Baron Pit coming out from Rock Eater and Shady. Great heads up play, great intelligence coming, knowing that Planeswalker would be coming down after that gank top. I'm very impressed right now. But as I was saying before, it just shows the comfortability, how comfortable Rambo is on that champion, being able to get used to that auto attacks without attack speed. Now both top laners have yet to go back. Waffle Waffle canceling Zerathi's recall there with Spirit Fire. Both of them farming quite well. Waffle, despite the harass, is ahead in farm very slightly, but is running close to Meanwhile, Vision, for as of right now, favors CT, having that bottom river warded out to the nth degree. Will protect that blue. Pings going out for VS though, as they spot out Shady at his blue, thanks to that deep ward from Valorant. Looney Tune will want to recall as he pushes out his lane. Kind of a little bit indecisive out there. Meanwhile, here Valorant does barely get away with his life. As the hook missing, will put down a poke onto Be Right Back and Don't Know. They are going to bait Valorant out with Pink Ward though. He does get that sentence. A nice play, but the save coming out from Rambo is going to be enough. A nice knock up, but Valorant's probably going to die. Force a flash out. TP coming out from top lane. Nice shockwave on 2 members on it, but Zerathi here's here to join the fight in the backline. Don't Know is very low, gets jumped out, and it's going to be a double kill for Planeswalker. Meanwhile, Rock Eater has already rotated. They don't have Looney Tune able to do a lot of damage because he's and Planeswalker gets zoned out for the rest of the team, but Zerathi gets locked quite low. Both a jungler and top laner will fall, but Zerathi trying to get the retribution kill onto it as he tower dives. The Scion passive not able to grab anything. Rock Eater getting the ghost of Planeswalker will not result into anything as well, but all for that, it is still going to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of VS. But CT, I like the fact that they're not afraid to get scrappy with VS and doing quite a great job out of it. They just need to make sure that they're trading efficiently. Valorant has a comeback to the bot lane, and it looks like Rock Eater and Be Right Back are just gonna back away. Vision going to be gained for VS onto that Dragon Pit. Planeswalker actually impressing me with just how much pressure he is putting out on the map. Considering the fact that assassin junglers are kind of struggling at the moment, especially after the buffs to the tank junglers. We'll see how well it goes for them as the game progresses on. VS loving these late games anyway, and they have a great comp to do it. Meanwhile, CT also has tanks for days. Valorant getting caught out just a little bit on his warding missions. Meanwhile, deep ward coming out from Rock Eater will be able to spot out Planeswalker in his rotations. Speaking of which, Planeswalker is just going to get that scuttle up at the top. Looney Tune dueling with Rock Eater now, but he has finished that Gunblade. Oh, the gank from Planeswalker ulti is popped. Nice shockwave will net Looney Tune. An easy kill. And the ball delivery system on with the cat shows exactly how strong it truly is. But Rambo and Valorant are going to give chase. Planeswalker is already down there. The rotations from Planeswalker have just been so on point this game. And there it is, Death Sentence on Rambo, nice play. Box is dropped as Rambo does hit the wall. Valorant dropping quite low. They need to get out of there as they are taking a lot of damage from Dragon. Shady Killer is there, nice wild growth onto VS. Rambo will keep him safe, but Valorant is going to be the sacrificial lamb. Or is he? Rambo, nice saving the support, but will pay for his life because he gets Death Sentence. Kill going over to Shady. And CT come out with a win up there. Meanwhile, top lane is just going to be a back and forth. Rock Eater is full health, though. I don't know what Planeswalker is. Shield from Lulu along with the Command Protect is going to be enough to save his life. Ignite bringing him desperately low. And VS is not able to contest this dragon. And it should be a free dragon for CT, though they are quite low right now. Looney Tune full mana, trying to be a pest as much as possible, but ulti drop from Rock Eater as he goes on to Looney Tune. Command Protect is going to keep him healthy. Planeswalker is wanting to go for the steal, and unfortunately he can't. It's going to be a double kill for VS, though in response, Planeswalker gets caught out in the pit, and Rock Eater will easily pick that up. He is low right now. Looney Tune trying to do as much damage. It actually picks him up. Rock Eater, a little bit of a mistake. Be Right Back now caught between a rock and a hard place, trying to see what he can do. But nice play will pick up Valorant. A Death Sentence is not going to land. Looney Tune has no mana, and one right click should be enough with that empowered flay. Nice flay coming out from there, and that's going to be an easy shutdown. Kill going over to Bloodthirsty support. Be Right Back netting himself up a double kill in that trade. Doing the best for his team right now. 4-1 and 2. Meanwhile, while all of that, Rambo was able to respawn and grab that first tower of the game. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Gold lead still favoring out VS, if only by a little bit. As Waffle is sitting on just a lot of cooldown items for him, that Kindle Gem and Glacial Shroud. Interesting pickup considering for Rock Eater actually going for the full will of the Ancients. A lot of Mordekaisers do just sit on that revolver and go straight into their big AP items. Considering the fact that he is the only AP champion of his team, quite a strange pickup. Valorant actually getting caught. Planeswalker is there, but the bait is enough as Knockup will go on Don't Know. Planeswalker will jump on him, and that's going to be one dead. Sivir, and a double kill coming up from Rambo. Nice to see the fact that they do hand over these early kills to Rambo, knowing that he can do a lot more with them than Planeswalker can. Waffle and Zerathi trading out there. Ultimate a pop for Waffle. Wither is going to be slowing Zerathi, but he should make it back to tower just fine. That tanky Scion, paying dividends, already has a Sunfire Cape finish. He needs to be careful though. He might get caught out a little bit. He has no mana right there, and just like that, Zerathi is forced to flash because he overstays his welcome. Can't duel Waffle at all. Forced to recall up in the top lane. I'm loving to see... Oh, a little bit of disrespect coming out from Zerathi, though. Taunting Waffle up there. Farm's actually a pretty even, all things considering, up there in the top lane. Only big discrepancy actually is going to be in the jungle. Planeswalker farming like a madman compared to Shady. Though, unfortunately, even with more farm, Planeswalker has just been able to do more in the map. A little bit unfortunate because Nautilus does have such strong ganks depending on the lane, providing a lot of CC, just needs a lot of damage to follow it up. And this is one of the things that I was a little worried about with CT's comp. Yes, they are tanky, but their only damage source aren't really they don't have a bursty mid laner. Mordekaiser definitely more of that consistency. And Sivir isn't one of those big hyper carries. Just also having a very utility base ultimate, but we'll see how that pans out for them. CS advantage in the top lane is starting to grow tremendously. Frozen Heart, a first pickup for Waffle. Not a bad choice considering again Mort is the only AP coming out. A CT Valorant doing a lot of poke to be right back as both supports are overextending a little bit ahead of their team. Ping is going down in the top lane, making sure that everybody knows that that Scion is roaming, making sure not to get caught out by that ultimate. But Scion is there. Zerathi coming up behind this VS squad trying to siege this mid. Death Sentence doesn't land. Rock Eater goes onto Rambo, and there's the Scion ulti, unfortunately missing. Planeswalker hops in. Nice shockwave coming up from Lutin will hit 3 members of CT as Zerathi will follow Rock Eater as dead. Zerathi is trying to do as much as he can with a passive. Planeswalker still going off. Will pick himself up a double kill, netting Shady in the background. And honestly, disaster for CT considering the fact that Don't Know was not in that fight at all. CT engaging in that fight without their ADC. Be right back, getting chunked out with the damage of Looney Tune. Already finished that. Athene's. Interesting what he will come back. Meanwhile, Planeswalker has already finished that Yumu's Ghostblade. He is such a big cat right now. And Looney Tune chunking out Don't Know from the bush. Forcing Don't Know to back out. As VS will prep for this dragon. Taking a page out of the White Cam's handbook, they will chunk out a member of the enemy team and go for that objective. Meanwhile, top lane Waffle is just training with Zerathi. Both top laners just stacking god-awful amounts of armor. Meanwhile, Rock Eater does get caught out with a shockwave. Planeswalker will pick up that kill. Shady is surely going to fall with no tower there. Another double kill for Rangar. And Zerathi forced the ulti away from Waffle, not favoring that duel whatsoever. I'm surprised that they aren't putting the kills onto Looney Tune. But I suppose with an assassin jungler, they do have to try to snowball you ahead. But don't know, Pop's ulti will pay for his life. The damage from Planeswalker is just unbelievable right now. But a great bait coming out from Looney Tune to help his jungler secure yet another kill. 9, 3, and 6 on this Rengar. Has yet to actually finish the boots. There it is, Valorant helping his top laner. Polymorph will help on Zerathi, but he is just so tanky right now. Meanwhile, Be Right Back is waiting in the wings to help his top laner too. Supports up in the top lane, trying to see what they can do for this. But Zerathi is... Oh, nice death sentence coming out from Valorant. No follow-up though, not wanting to overextend considering the fact that Waffle is extremely strong right now. 40 CS discrepancy has built up in the top lane. Meanwhile, 20 CS ahead, clear across the board for each of the individual lanes of VS. Rambo might get caught out here. Shady and Don't Know will come out from behind. Ultimate coming out from Shady Killer as they go on to Rambo, but he's doing so much damage right now. Rambo life-stealing. The rend damage is insane as he tries to martial pose all around. It's going to be 2 kills down right there. The bait turns into a reverse bait. Meanwhile, Planeswalker will try to save his mid laner there. A lot of damage coming on to him as Rock Eater will ulti him. They need Command Protect as Ignite is ticking, and that's not enough. Planeswalker doing a lot of damage. Zerathi does fall in the backline thanks to Looney Tune though. Looney Tune forced to Zanyas, but Zerathi is still up. Meanwhile in the backline, Waffle has finally joined the fight but gets Deathblade. He will pick up 1 kill onto Rock Eater. Ghost control from Rock Eater, not the best right now, but all in all this is going to be just a 2-for-2 trade. Shady and Don't Know not able to bring down Rambo at all. Rambo unfortunately dying 2 times this game. Sets him quite back in the little competition he is having KDA wise with Trust in Tay, top laner for the white camp. But even with that said, Rambo has been absolutely huge with Planeswalker this game. Absolutely coming up big for their team right now. Dismantling CT, Valorant getting cut out yet again. Will get away though, thanks to that movement speed. Meanwhile, Planeswalker has to force to pop its ulti as 5 members of CT will catch him out. He is dropping quite low. He does have the ultimate and he will fall thanks to Zerathi's shield. Meanwhile, Be Right Back is getting the chunk. Nice shockwave coming out, but the ultimate from Sion will catch out Looney Tune. That is going to be 1 dead Looney Tune. VS Rambo will save his support, but the Valorant likes his chances. He goes in. Nice Wild Growth, saving Looney Tune's life for just a split second longer. He does actually pick up a kill on the backside. Martial Pose Rambo is going out. Nice Ren coming out. Will pick up a kill for Rambo. Can he get another one? Yes, he does. Meanwhile, Waffle at the back will take out Don't Know. Nice rotation coming out from Waffle. He did not have TP available, so he just walked out from the top lane. And that is going to be a 4-for-1 trade. VS just really ballsy. The re-engage coming out from Valorant ends up not only saving Looney Tune's life, but picking up 4 kills for his team. Rambo's this martial pose. Rathi having to force flash out, but I don't think it's enough. Oh, Rend does not get it, but Q does. And Rambo picks up his 9th kill of the game. Now, I like seeing the upgraded trinkets from both teams, something that a lot of people forget about the rotation though from VS. Will net themselves up the bottom T2 of creative title as they posture for this dragon. Only the third dragon of the game, second for VS, but it looks like CT is going to contest this. TP will come out from Zerathi. They have TP advantage, but Planeswalker will just burst out. Don't know, that's going to be a double kill for him as Rock Eater falls out. A triple kill for Planeswalker. Are they going to give him a penta? No, Looney Tune will pick it up. And that is going to be an ace for VS. Looney Tune. Scumbag. Mid laner will steal the kill, the pentakill from his jungler. I thought we were going to go a little too hype there. But Planeswalker impressing me right now, even with this role swap there. Waffle Waffle has actually been a silent top laner, but he is doing exactly what he needs to do, getting that farm, getting ahead, and if this game does drag on, he is going to be a powerhouse. Now, he will net himself up the last T2 in that top one. Oh, big damage coming out from Looney Tune onto Rock Eater. Rock Eater needs to get out of there right now. Death Sentence will miss, and Looney Tune playing a bit forward here as 4 members of CT are here. Looney Tune is absolutely huge right now. Doubt he is scared of anyone from CT. Now, as I was saying, I'm a little bit worried that Waffle Waffle did not build a Sheen, regardless of whether he went Gauntlet or a full Trinity. Though I suppose they don't really need the damage coming out from that Nasus. I still feel that Trinity would have kind of snowballed this lane just a bit harder. But with 2-0-1 and a perfect game for him so far, I can't I can't fault him too much. VS living in CT's jungle right now, taking all their buffs and all their minions. Now, pings are actually going to go on to Baron from a Planeswalker. They can just duo it right now, seeing as how farmed Waffle Waffle is. But they will rotate that entire team. CT has no idea that this is going on, but they can probably guess. VS looking to close this game out in the next couple of pushes. Now, the Baron usage from VS is a pretty on point. I'm loving the 1-3-1 push right now, knowing that no one can really duel Waffle Waffle or Rambo at the moment. A lot more supporty, bursty in the mid. Their wave clear is quite good too. Valorant actually picking up a Morellonomicon on that Lulu. Again, a stylistic choice that just really confuses me, but it seems to work. Valorant actually getting caught while has the wild growth himself. Dice command protect, but he will fall thanks to the box. Meanwhile, a Planeswalker will pick up a kill onto Shady. As an answer, he is caught out under tower, forced to pop up, and that's going to be one dead cat right there. Meanwhile, Looney Tune is all alone there. Will make it out alive, but meanwhile, actually, Death Sentence will land Rock Eaters right there, but Looney Tune returns the damage. Ignite taken on to be right back, as Looney Tune will actually pick up the kill. While all of this is happening, Rambo picked up that bottom inhibitor. Waffle Waffle will easily, actually, stolen away by Rambo with his spear. Oh, regardless, that was one dead Mordekaiser. And it looks like with 2 inhibs falling, the last one going to go down, VS is just going to claim game 1 in a standard dominating fashion. As CT, as they are still healthy with a Baron. But it looks like VS not gonna rush this one in true VS fashion. not overstaying their welcome, as they will just go back, buy their last items, and continue forward to push. A dragon is spawning in just over 1 minute. Going to be the third dragon for them. Movement speed will be able to help, but I don't really think that VS need it at the moment. The buff's just going to be taken for Looney Tune, as they are grouping up mid to try to put the final nail in the coffin in this game 1. CT valiantly going to try to hold out this. They do have pretty good wave clear, just not very fast wave clear, as again they do only have very limited sources. Zerathi absolutely getting chunked out by Command Dissonance, but a shockwave from Looney Tune will pick up Rock Eater off the back, and they are just going to end this game. Zerathi doing what he can. As Shady falls on the backside, Zerathi not quite yet. Double kill for Rambo, as he's just trying to flex that KDA. And 31 minutes into the game, VS pick up game 1 versus Creative title.